Now I'll talk about the NFL. First thing I want to talk about, before we talk about any scores, before we talk about any matchups going into next week, let's talk about Jeff Fisher, okay? This has been on my mind all day. I'm ready to let loose on this. Jeff Fisher has been appointed, has been given, he has been issued a 2-year extension by the LA Rams. A 2-year extension. Okay, look, I'm not the smartest man in the world, okay? I never tried to be the smartest man in the world. Never said that I was. But this man has been terrible for a very long time, okay? Look, we can talk about when he was coaching the Titans and how good he was as a coach, and he led them to the Super Bowl even though they lost, and then he gets fired and he goes to the Rams, and they only had 9-7 season, one winning season when he was the coach. Tell me, what has Fisher done to get a 2-year extension? This guy lucky if he has a 2-day extension. This guy lucky he's coaching next week. Jeff Fisher, man. You're giving Jeff Fisher a 2-year extension. Am I losing my mind or something? What has Jeff Fisher done to get a 2-year extension? Please tell me. What has he done?
I think you might have inadvertently answered your own question.
What has this guy done? What has he done?
Because of that past success that he's had, I think that's the reason why he's getting this extension. I mean, if you look at the product that's on the field, I'm kind of like you. He's not no Belichick or nothing like that. When he consistently wins, the Rams hadn't made the playoffs or even been in contention for the playoffs, and it's been some years. It's been a while. They hadn't been a greatest show on turf. They've relocated and still haven't really resulted in a winning season. So if anything, I would say they're probably giving him this extension because of the potential, I guess, that they see with this team, given that they have, Jared Goff. He's a rookie. You got Gurley. This is his second year. So I guess they're young and coming on offense. But that defense, other than getting buzzsawed by the Saints, which nobody's seen that coming, I think the defense plays hard and is pretty good. But other than potential, I think that's the only reason why they gave this guy this extension. If you're looking at the product on the field, he's been here for, a few years now and has a result in basically a winning record. They're real competitive in that division. But other than that, they can't get. Basically, it's kind of like all of Jeff Fisher's teams, to be honest with you. Even with the Titans, they always had a hard time scoring points. And yeah, Steve McNair and Eddie George, but they can never really score points. So they have defense, and they'll beat you 12-9 or something like that. So that's that's the reason I would say they're giving them this extension, because I guess potential that they might see.
Bro, but how much potential do you need to see? This guy's been a coach for 17 years in the National Football League, bro. 17 years. Look, I'm gonna read you some stats here. I'm gonna read you some stats. Okay, this is Jeff Fisher right now. His overall record is 173-164. That means he won 9 more games than he's lost. Okay, he has a percentage of 51.5%. Okay, in 17 years he's been coaching. All right, his playoff record is 5-6. He has lost more playoff games than he's won. Okay. He has 0, count them, 0 Super Bowl victories. Tell me, what has Jeff Fisher done to have been in the league this long? Look, why? Because he's well respected? I know so many well-respected head coaches in the National Football League who don't have a job. So tell me, how is it that Jeff Fisher still has a job, and the audacity, in the words of Stephen A. Smith, the unmitigated gall to give this guy a 2-year extension? 2 years. But yet you got coaches like Raheem Moore, who has had several 10-6 records with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This man can't find a job, right? But you want to sit up here and allow people like Jeff Fisher to continue to coach? And for what, man? For what? What, I mean, honestly, what has Jeff Fisher done? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think, really. What has Jeff Fisher done in his career to say, man, this man is a great coach? Honestly, you can. Okay, let's look at it. Andy Reid. Let's look at Andy Reid, for example, okay? Andy Reid. He goes to 5 consecutive NFC championship games, 1 Super Bowl appearance with the Philadelphia Eagles, right? But you can say he went to 5 consecutive championship games. What has Jeff Fisher done? Huh? I mean, a Music City Miracle. He's a Music City Miracle away from being 4-7 in the playoffs. Don't tell me that Jeff Fisher deserves an extension on his contract. The Los Angeles Rams organization is by far the most idiotic organization in the National Football League. For allowing this man to have a 2-year extension, Jeff Fisher his key shouldn't even work to access the building as of right now, the way this guy's been coaching. Embarrassing. You are that desperate as an organization. You are that desperate to think, to say, hey, you know, we need this guy as our head coach. You're that desperate, you're that pathetic that you will allow a man with a record of 173 wins, 162 losses, 1-9-7 season to account for, since he's been the head coach of the Los Angeles Rams, the St. Louis Rams. You're allowing this guy for a 2-year extension. That tells me everything that I need to know about the Rams organization. I mean, there's one thing that you can't say about them. They loyal, maybe not to St. Louis, but they loyal to somebody, and that somebody is Jeff Fisher. That's pathetic, man. Absolutely pathetic. Jeff Fisher is a joke, all right? An absolute joke.